I can't do it.
That's good. I mean, 5 seconds is good too.
I can't hold my breath that long.
We try to do some silence at the beginning of the recording, you guys, and I mean, it's hard.
It's so hard to keep my mouth shut. That's what she said.
This is the Witch's
Mom.
Magic Murder. Hey, Mom.
This is the Witch's Magic Murder Mystery Podcast.
I'm Megan.
I'm Kara, and this is a side piece
Happy
episode.
Tuesday, friends.
I have a local story.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
Local to Nicholasville, Kentucky. Okay.
Yep, Mammoth Cave.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. There's so many creepy things about Mammoth Cave.
Yes.
If you guys aren't from around here, Mammoth Cave is worth the trip to Kentucky.
It's got some oddities.
Number one reason to visit Kentucky would be
us.
Coffee at Oak and Maine.
Or our faces.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, pause for one moment. I was working on the market this weekend, which was insane. Like, if you all visited, thank you so much. We had some people come up to us and they were like, oh my God, you're her.
Oh, from
And
the
my
podcast?
sisters were like, it's Kara. Like, like her friends, they were like, this is who I talk. Like, Megan's not here, but this is who I talk about all the time. Like, this is Kara of, Witches, Magic, Murder, and Mystery. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's so fun.
And they were like, we recognized you by your voice. Where's Megan? And I was
cute.
Like, oh.
That's so sweet, you guys.
Yeah.
Listen, if you ever do that to me, just
She's
know
going to awkwardly giggle.
I'll be incredibly awkward about it, and you'll be like, God, she hated me. No, I'm just an awkward.
She's like in shock.
Yeah, it's all very confusing.
Yes,
I might cry.
Yeah,
I'll definitely hug you.
Yeah. Oh, Megan loves.
Mm-hmm. I'm a hugger.
She is, and we love her for it.
You should tell me. I mean, immediately
if you're not a huggy person. Oh, hey,
that's my 2:00 alarm. Anyways, that's great.
Cave.
That's exciting.
Yes, okay. yes. So I pulled 2 articles for this because there were just so many articles, a lot crossover information. So I'm just going to read from them. There are more than 150 documented paranormal events. A lot of them are via credible witnesses.
Oh, in Mammoth Cave?
Yep.
Yeah. Creepy.
So
I love it there.
Some of them came from like rangers, like park rangers, scientists. It's just, they said that it's been titled a couple of times most haunted natural wonder in the world.
Oh, wow.
So there's park rangers Colleen O'Connor Olson and Charles Hanyon, I believe. They recorded a lot of creepy tales, and they've got it all in a book called Scary Stories of Mammoth Cave. I haven't read it, but I really want to read it now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's just spooky, because all of these people are coming forward with all this information, and I'm like, heck yeah. I want to hear all about it. Okay, so War of 1812, the cave was used as a saltpeter. And I said, a saltpeter mine.
Oh, okay.
And what's a saltpeter? I said, Google. And so it's potassium nitrate found in the cave. It aided in the production of gunpowder.
Oh, okay.
It was the nation's first tourist attraction. There were mummies discovered in it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And this was a period in history when the mummies were believed to be members of the lost race of people rather than Native American ancestors, which were added to the mystery of the place.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it said people just started coming from all over the world to see this situation.
Yeah.
They're like, what is this cave
people
system?
have been fascinated by the macabre since the beginning of time.
Forever. I mean, we used to eat people.
No, we didn't. We did not. We didn't.
No, but what was
Victorian
country ham?
Yeah. Where they would eat mummified skin.
Yes. So then early 1920s, the caves were privately owned. People would just come to the area for like vacation status stuff. There were lots of entrances to the cave. There were tourists giving all of their money to it. A guy named Floyd Collins owned a section of the cave system called Crystal Caves. But he was just really struggling in like the cave wars.
The cave wars.
Yeah. So all these people owned portions of these caves, and his portion just wasn't doing too well.
Oh.
He was just really struggling with it.
There was no
and it
gold.
It said that like he just didn't have lodging, and it was kind of hard to get to, so he's just losing money on it. He was just like, I don't know what to do. So he was like, I'm going to excavate another entrance to the sand cave.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, I'm going to steal some visitors from Mammoth Cave, which was privately owned at the time during the cave wars. While excavating, a boulder shifted and pinned his leg, so he couldn't get up or get out.
Oh, no.
A day later, someone discovered him And people were just flocking to the scene, radios, newspapers, all of this stuff to just get like minute by minute updates because he's still alive at this time.
Oh, that was my question.
Yes. So,
God, how awful.
yeah, all these people are just trying to get information from him. And it was just like, this guy's down here. They said that hamburger and hot dog stands started popping up on the grounds.
Oh, come on, people.
Yes.
People.
Yes. P.S. They started selling souvenirs.
No.
Yeah. Rescuers got in there, but they couldn't figure out how to move the boulder. And then another cave-in occurred, and it just blocked help from getting to him. So there was no way that they could even, like, amputate his leg to save him. He lived for 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Lying down there.
How awful, too, to be the first responders who... Because that's what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't.
Yeah, and he... died from exposure.
What a horrible way to die.
Because it's cold in those caves, too.
Yeah, and you're hungry. I don't want to think about it.
Oh, God, yes, yeah. He was eventually removed from the cave after several years. He was in the family cemetery, but his father sold the cave and property to a dentist named Thomas, and he somehow got permission from the family to exhume his body. And he put it on display in a glass lid coffin at the entrance of Sand Cave. Look at his face, guys. This is not on YouTube, but she's just staring at me.
A jerk.
Yes. So then hundreds obviously decided they wanted to come look at it.
And also, who gave him permission?
Mm-hmm. Wait,
You've just made your family member a sideshow.
Oh, no, it gets weirder. You know how, like, sports teams will steal each other's mascots?
Oh, no.
The cave systems stole him.
No.
His body was stolen. They claim it was rival cave owners. I mean, who else is going to do it?
So they stole it, like, to make the cave less popular?
I guess so.
What did they do with it? Do we know?
Well, they put it in a field, and he was missing a leg. And they never recovered that leg. So they decided to put him back in his coffin at Sand Cave, but they decided to change the glass viewing lid to just a normal lid. But people were still able to, like, open it and peek inside of it.
Well, that was my next question. I was like, if you were doing that, you could just put an empty casket in there and say he's there. But people are opening it and looking in.
So this was the early 1920s.
Oh, people.
He did not get a proper burial until 1989.
So he was there for like 60 years.
The decomposition of that. I mean, clearly the casket was not sealed.
No, I mean, it would be really cold down there, but probably not cold enough.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Megan. So obviously there's going to be some ghost activity in here. People say that Floyd haunts it. People say that you can hear him calling for help and him throwing objects, like, from that area that he was trapped in. And they said that throughout the years, like, apparitions have been seen. A lot of them are African Americans because of all the cave owners owning slaves at the time. They worked mainly in the caves, so and they also held church services in the caves during those times too.
Oh.
So it said that you can still hear them singing and, like, having their services.
Okay. Can you imagine being in the cave?
Yep.
And it's very quiet, and then you just hear, like, gospel songs.
Yeah.
Haunting, singing,
echoing
in the cave,
down
in the deep, deep darkness of the cave.
Oh my gosh!
Absolutely not.
Yep. So over 100 years before Mammoth Cave was a national park in 1941, a Dr. John, I think it's Krogan, purchased the cave for $10,000 in 1839. He was just like, I'm going to see what I can do with this. He found blind albino fish swimming around underground in the Echo River. That just terrifies me. They said he was super enthusiastic and lively about his cave tours. He was like, you know what? This is during, like, the tuberculosis era. It's really cold down here. I bet people's lungs
air would be good for them.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, Megan, I think this air is going to be great.
He said, Megan,
I think
I'm speaking to you from the past.
This air is going to be real great for these tuberculosis patients. So let's see what we can do with them. He built a tuberculosis hospital or village in the caves. 15 patients were moved in. Obviously, a lot of them died within the first year and continued to get worse. And then he contracted tuberculosis in 1849 and died.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I've heard of the Floyd Collins, but I've never heard of this.
So there's still a couple of the hospital rooms down there in the caves.
Why haven't we seen them? How can we see them?
So, well, tours, but not right now because thanks COVID. One of the slaves that did work for him in 1856 got his freedom, but then unfortunately he died of unknown causes. That one particular guy still visits to make sure that the caves are being taken care of. Like they said, you can see his lantern, you can see his outfit, his particular hat. You can see him, you can hear him humming his gospel hymns. It's like some of the people have said that like it is exactly him, like you know for sure that that's him, and he's there watching you to make sure you're doing your job right because he loved the caves so much.
So he's not threatening or intimidating. He's just there.
He's just there to make sure that you're doing what
that's kind
your
of
job
sweet.
To take care of the space.
I mean, it would still scare me. But
oh my gosh, yes. There's a park ranger that said that they like to do what's called like a blackout. They will turn out flashlights and light bulbs and all of this stuff just so people can kind of get a sense of what it used to be like in the tunnels. And so they'll like light a lantern or whatever. They said they've heard footsteps. There's no one there. They've been shoved playfully by some sort of force, but no one's there touching them. They said that they've seen lantern lights from up above where no one's allowed to go. Larry Purcell, during a blackout guide, noticed a family standing behind the rest of the group. The ranger was super surprised to see him. He was like, I thought I did like a head count. You know how they do it. They were like, I thought I did a head count. Like, these people aren't dressed in our like era or whatever. Like, this is interesting. And he said that he noticed the hat and he was like, oh, what's happening? So he said that the person in the hat was just staring at him.
Oh my gosh.
Like listening to, like intently listening to every word that he was saying. And he could not find the people the rest of the tour. It was just in that one specific space that he saw this group.
Yeah.
And so it had to have been the people watching over the cave system, the old guides and stuff. When he turned back on the lights, they obviously were not there in the tour.
Right.
The room where the ranger saw this family, they call it the Methodist Church because the miners held their services there. So it could potentially be those people that were there forever ago. Just kind of like intently watching and making sure. There was another guided tour where someone said, who is that there up among the rocks? And then they looked up and there was a woman pointing and saw a man holding a lantern on a formation called Surface Rock. He wore a long sleeve shirt and an old droop style hat that was worn by the guides. They said they could see him from like 3 different angles and they all were just like, what's happening here? Like, no one is up there.
Right.
They just continually see like ghosts like this or apparitions, and they're constantly touched. Like, stuff will be thrown at them all the time, just like in playful manners.
Right.
Yeah.
So nothing intimidating, nothing scary.
No.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, but like this is a huge cave system.
Oh yeah, and they said there's a whole lot of it that's not even been mapped out yet.
Exactly.
And it's like closed off. You just wonder what else is down there.
Yeah. What kind of creatures, what kind of spirits, what kind of everything.
Yeah. I've done a couple tours. It's a cave, so it's a little creepy, but
stalactites and stalagmites.
It's also so cool because it's so old.
I know.
And you're just wandering through there thinking about how old. What's been through here. I always think about that kind of stuff. Like, who walked through here before I did? And I just love that.
What kind of energy does this space have?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Isn't that so crazy?
Yes. The worst, the Floyd Collins, like if you heard somebody calling for help, that would just be...
Oh, just horrific. So those are just some of the stories. There's tons. So I say go look up that book. It's The Scary Stories of Mammoth Cave. Colleen Olson and Charles Hanyon.
Have you ever seen the scary movie The Descent?
Yes.
Yeah. So it takes place in a cave, and they discover like a race of people living down there. Maybe if they keep going down the uncharted pathways in Mammoth Cave. Yeah, I think it's the largest cave system in the world. Maybe. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you so much.
If you'd like to send us story ideas, you can email them to us at witchesmagicmurdermystery@gmail.com.
Yep, or find us on the Linktree on Instagram. Any of the show notes have ways to contact us as well.
If you have sent us story ideas recently and we haven't responded, please don't worry. We're getting your emails and we will respond.
We're a hot mess right now.
Yeah, we're both so busy at the moment. It's like I want to take the time to sit down and like really respond and not just be like, thanks, bye.
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
So much.
Yeah, I feel like if you take the time to send us an email, I want to take the time to write you something nice back.
Yeah. Once Christmas is over, I guess New Year's, because we both have lots we got going on.
One of my best friends is getting married New Year's Day.
Yes.
And so I'm excited because I haven't got to see her in a few years. Yes. So I'm really, really excited.
All the travel plans.
So yeah, it's really busy right now. But once we get past December,
we got some cool things planned.
Things open up again. Yeah. And the Patreon's going to have some new stuff going on there too.
Yeah.
Which we'll announce soon.
So soon.
Okay. We love you
so much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.